Hey everyone, Michael right back at you on the Archangel 15. Thanks for stopping in as always. Today is a follow-up video to my ongoing nuclear warfare series. In that video, I listed many reasons as to my personal proof that there's already ongoing nuclear warfare. Not just nuclear, but I really believe that there's nuclear, biological, chemical, electronic, and advanced psychological warfare. And the whole coronavirus nonsense is bogus. And essentially, like everything, the 55, 60 different symptoms that they have are basically in line with the side effects of nuclear fallout, nuclear radiation exposure. So to cut to the chase here for this part, kind of goes into other things as well. So I was doing some cleaning. I used to be an avid archery hunter. I used to just love shooting bow in my backyard for many years. Haven't really gotten into it. I just got it out for the heck of it. Every once in a while, I wax up my strings, and I looked at my limb savers, and I noticed, this is like butyl rubber, I believe, very very soft rubber. In case you don't know, there's like 70 pounds of pressure when cut from constant shooting. It like saves your limbs, I guess, from getting beat up in your bow. It decreases the shock. That's essentially what it is. But like this, I never was exposed to extreme heat or anything like that. The other one is very similar, not quite as bad as the other one, but it's like melting. It's like melting, like the Wizard of Oz witch would say. Um, Anyhow, yes, it's melting, and so I started looking up furthermore effects of nuclear radiation on synthetic materials, or effects of radiation on rubber. And I am not able to post the PDFs for some reason on my YouTube chat intro, but please go search effects of nuclear radiation on rubber, and then effects of nuclear radiation on rubber declassified or unclassified. There's like three particular PDFs that come up right away. One of them is about 121 pages. The other one's like 450 pages, and the other one's 21. One of them is actually declassified from like the Department of Defense. I believe all these studies are from the 60s. Most of them are from research that they did at nuclear power plants, and I don't even believe that the radiation exposure there was as extensive as it is what we have today. In our atmosphere. But essentially, it breaks down certain things. I'm not going to go into each one and break out the reports. You can read them for yourself if you're interested. But it's like there's many different kinds of rubbers, and then there's many different kinds of plastics, and then all kinds of synthetics and polymers and this and that, everything else. Real deep into chemistry, and I can tell you wholeheartedly, I really believe that's what's going on here. I recently had to buy new tires for my bicycle. They started to dry rot. I do ride my bike quite a bit, and they weren't new. But other things I've noticed as well, like the certain caulk in my house. I had to buy a new seat for my bicycle. Like the plastic was starting to crack up, and I'm just telling you, from what I've gathered, within 3 to 5 years, you're probably going to see a lot of electronic equipment circuitry start to fail that has silicone chips, in its processors and so forth. I'm not trying to, like I said, sound conspiratorial here, but please look this up, and do your own due diligence. Feel free to leave me some feedback. I'd be happy if just one person would say, thank you, Michael. I maybe didn't believe you at first, but now I believe you. This whole coronavirus thing is bogus, and I'm trying to bring it to you real and hardcore and cutting edge on this channel. I've tried for many years to do this, and I get silenced, I get suppressed. Have people ask me why don't you have more viewers? Why don't you have more views? And it's bogus. I don't even know if my channel is really out there, to be honest with you. I've had personal attacks on me. I've been financially suppressed. I've had attempts on my life. My family's been suppressed. I paid very dearly for this. If anybody wants to donate to my channel, feel free. I have PayPal account, mvfreedom1776 at Gmail is my PayPal account. I'll use the money and go try to get some scientific testing equipment and take it a step further. It's one of my biggest regrets that when I went to Chernobyl in 2019, that I didn't buy a Geiger counter and bring it back. But I've mentioned this numerous times in various presentations. It's okay, so you had the ability to rent one on the trip. And I'm on a bus, 50, 60 people, and probably about 30 of them had a Geiger counter. And So like the lady in the tour guide says, pretty soon your Geiger counters are gonna start going off, and like it wasn't like one doot doot, like it went like every single one like doot 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 doot, like went off instantaneously. It was like really 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 impactful. Like within 2 seconds of each other, every single one of the entire bus went off. So I mean, it just goes to show you go right through, a bus or like like a fuselage or anything like that. Um, I really believe it's going to have similar effects on human physiology. There's, given the jet stream and other things, there's just all kinds of anomalies going on in our environment right now. Like the weather is parabolic in certain areas, other things, and I really believe I talked about in my theory of everything presentation, the chaos theory, how I believe that like when we get to the end times, that like it'll just be like a dominoing effect of various things that'll lead to the demise of everything. And it's very sad that like the people are nihilistic, narcissistic people, and it's a lot of it's oil money, silver spoons, evil Zionists, warmongers who know they're wrong, who know the world's against them, know that truth is not on their side, know that God's not on their side, and I guess rather than face the music for their years and years of this facetious activity, they'd rather just destroy the entire earth for everybody. And like I think humanity has suffered the consequences of these people's negative actions for very, very long. And if like I'd rather these people not get their way. I don't want to see people have to take microchips and RFDI and have vaccine passports, and that's where this whole thing is heading. And it's very, very concerning. Stand for your liberties, stand for your freedoms, stand for the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, our entire Bill of Rights, and that's pretty much all I have to say in this presentation. Again, search effects of radiation on rubber and other synthetic materials. It comes right up. And please feel free to leave me some feedback. Take care, folks. Thanks for stopping in.